Thanks to those joining us live and those that'll be joining us on the archive box topics. We're live.
Ooh,
Let's
ooh.
go. It's Monday night. You know what I mean? So
Monday night.
Christine out there in Colorado. I'm down here in El
Colorado.
Paso. It
Mm-hmm.
is. It is a mountain time, 7 all day, every day. Shout out to those on the East Coast. Shout out to those in the West Coast. Shout out to everyone in England. Shout out to everybody down under in Australia and the whole world.
The whole world in his hand. Yeah, that part.
and every show we're gonna start with Christine singing a song. So
Oh
you're
no,
gonna
you don't want
sing.
that.
That's the song you're gonna sing today.
No, you don't want me to sing. Trust me.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I think we'll let the people
I mean,
decide.
I think in my past life I was a singer. Like I was, but I think I was like poisoned or something. Because I
I
mean,
don't
I was
know.
just really
It is what
yeah
is.
yeah.
Shout out to Nando Llamas in the building, Mike Ramirez and
Yes, thank
Jesus
y'all.
M. See how I could roll those R's? Like this is why
Ramirez.
Ramirez. You know what I mean? Like over here, we do that thing. Jesus M. Ryder went to make Mungia look good. We're gonna talk about Mungia. And we're
Mhm,
gonna talk about
mhm.
that. I'm gonna let Christine decide. You want to talk about the Cruz stoppage and fight first, or do you want to talk about Mungia first? What do you want to
You
talk
know
about?
what? I mean, it seems as though that's what the chat wants to talk about. So let's talk about Mungia first. I mean, usually I do like to do ladies first. You know, I have manners. I was raised well, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get right into the carne of it all, and then we'll talk about the stoppage afterwards.
Okay, so the people have decided, or at least Jesus M has
Absolutely.
decided. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you, Jesus.
Jesus
Yeah,
M's call. Look, check it
yeah.
out.
Why not?
First of all, let me say this. I bet rounds 5 through 8 stoppage, and I just missed it. This is unbelievable. But Mungia, there's one thing we know is that if there was any questions, is he going to carry his power up? Is he going to? Well, he sure did,
For
right?
sure.
And he got 4 knockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like every knockdown was with a different punch to it. That's what was
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were all like set up differently. I think I saw more patient Mungia. I saw
Yes.
a
More
Mungia
mature
more mature. I think
in
Freddie
every aspect. Yeah.
Roach. You think Freddie Roach played a role there, Christine? I don't know.
I really do. I really do think that because I've seen him morph into something amazing. You know, I used to always be concerned about Ungia's defense. People, oh, his offense is his defense. Well, that only takes you so far. He
Mhm.
would punch from his hips, from his chest. He was always wide open. I have seen so many wonderful things. He's boxing long, his punch placement, head movement, better defense, a lot. The jab was strong, the right hand was strong. He
Yeah.
looks really good.
And you know what? Freddie did a good job. He's a trainer,
Yes,
so we got to give him the
yes,
credit of keeping him offensive, but at the same time, while offensive, being more responsible defensively. And I think that's what stood out to me. Round 6, it looked live like Ryder was trying to turn the tide, right? And
yeah, yeah,
usually when guys start getting the best of Mungia, he gets careless and it's like, okay, fine, we're gonna brawl.
hmm
But what he did in the 7th, he gave the round away, but strategically to me, it's like he's like, you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me analyze the situation here a little bit, and just kind of see what's going on. Like let me survey the landscape here. So he
right.
kind of took the round off. He even went on his back foot for a little bit to just kind of reset a little bit, right? Instead of getting
Hmm.
careless and jumping and turning into some Darren Schenkel back and forth fight. And then he came back strong in the 8th and then stopped them in
Yeah,
the 9th. That impressed
yeah,
me.
yeah. Oh, I was very impressed too. I don't know why Jesus is saying there's a reason they don't slot hit. Oh no, he said he did not. Mungia is not improving significantly. He has definitely improved significantly. I want you to go back to his first few fights. I mean, even when he fought in Mexico against what's his name? Oh my gosh, he's from Ireland or something. Oh, the
Yeah,
Sullivan.
Hogan. Hogan. Dennis Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, there has been so much improvement since the beginning.
When he fought, it's basically Hulk Hogan. Like he fought Hulk Hogan in Mexico, Christine. You
Yeah,
know, did you know he's the son of Hulk Hogan?
I did not know that.
I'm totally bullshitting. That's how
I
rumors
was
start.
like, yeah, okay. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to
He
do
looks
some
like him a
research.
little bit. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit, but
So what are you trying to say? All Hogan's look alike? Hmm.
yeah.
But no, he has improved significantly, and anybody that's watched his career, as I believe I have, can see that. Um, and he looks really. Last night, well, not last night. Saturday was the best I've seen him. Period to date. So we'll see, how he progresses on.
If like and shout out to the chat, by the way, keep it coming, guys.
Yes.
Mike Ramirez saying Ryder had 1 foot out the ring. I'll retire if I lose. Did you see it that way? Like he was kind of 1 foot out the ring, or was it just more like a do or die? That's how I saw it. Like he just had a
Yeah,
do or die attitude.
I have to agree with you because he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go. He was going to go out on a shield. It looked like, if his corner had not, stopped the fight,
Mhm.
waved the towel, whatever they did. I know they didn't want to throw it in, whatever. Um, I think that he would have gone out on his shield. I really do. I don't think that he has any quit in him, and it can be detrimental. It can be dangerous because that's
100%.
just how he was made. You know.
And
Um,
look, Jesus Sem, to answer your question, why is he in the ring with Morale, Berlanga, Benavidez? I think those fights are coming. I think it's too soon for Pacheco, but if they want to throw Pacheco in there, I'm for that fight too. Beg the Bully, I believe, campaigns at 175, doesn't he? I could be wrong about that. Might be 168. But Beg the Bully hasn't fought anybody but Rosado when he went 1-on-1 against them. I'm just throwing that out there.
yeah, and
But
and I think like Diesel said, I think those fights are coming, and Berlanga, okay, and Morel, that would be quite a test as well. I think I would want Benavides and Pacheco a little later. Um, but I think that these fights are coming. I think
mhm,
that the way he's progressing and the way he's been matched is smart and the right way to do it.
smart, right way to do it. I like where he's going here. I
Hmm.
think the Freddie Roach, like Freddie has always done really good with offensive minded fighters. So I think this is
Yes,
the perfect coach,
I,
actually.
I agree.
Um, I like the poise, and it made him more efficient in the fight, therefore more deadly. If he fought the way he fought against Deverenchenko, he probably wins still, but I think it's a much
Hmm.
tougher fight for him. But so I saw Christine. I saw much improvement from. I'm not going to say his skill set has improved, but his poise and how he
Yeah,
came in strategically,
he
right
did.
in this fight. The strategy was better this time, like by
Well,
far.
it also shows that he trusts his corner.
Yeah.
He trusts what he's been doing in camp, and then he trusts it enough to execute it, in the ring. Because a lot of fighters, whenever they change coaches, they get in hot water, they get in deep water, and then they go back to their old ways. Well, he seemed to keep it together the whole time, and I do think he's improved. I don't know. I think he's improved a lot. And I don't, Jesus, I don't know. I mean, hey, more power to you. But I don't know if you were like taking some tequila shots, Saturday night, talking about Ryder was holding back on his punches, bro. What? Holding back? Why would he hold back? Why? Why would he hold back?
Ryder landed some bombs in that 6th round.
He
Like,
sure did. I mean, he shook Mungia a couple times.
yeah, he
There was
landed
no
some good.
holding back.
He was fighting back. There's no doubt about that. Um, but here's the thing. I just think Mungia's volume plus his power was just that finally that threshold is something that he couldn't quite maintain. Ryder, right? So it is what it is. I think the corner did a good job stopping that fight. By the way,
For
so
sure.
good job on the corner for stopping that because Ryder was not going to stop. Like
And,
I
and
believe that.
I think also Mungia's range, like he was really good with his distance, with his range, because in the past we've seen him like his punches are short. Sometimes he'd be getting clinches. I thought that he really maintained his range really well.
Very well.
Hmm.
I think Golden Boy has been waiting for a breakout performance for a while, and I know it's not going to satisfy everybody, but they finally got that performance they've been wanting from Mungia, right? Like they
Yeah.
finally got it. Here it is, and he's in the mix. Oscar says the fight to make in September is Mungia Canelo. I don't know about that, but how do you feel about that, Christine?
I mean, well, you know who I want to see against Canelo. So, I think we can do that in the future, but that would not be, my fight for September. I mean, that date is traditionally big friggin', matchups against a Mexican, Canelo, and I don't, I'm
If
not too. I mean,
if
yeah.
if anything, maybe May. Like I think that
I
okay,
mean,
like,
oh,
but
okay,
I don't
yeah,
know. Like
but I think May's too soon.
I just think first of all, I don't want Canelo to fight Jamal. That's number one. Let me just put that up.
Absolutely not. Me
But like
neither.
if you were to fight
Mungia can
Mungia,
fight him.
then Mungia, then Benavidez, that's a good combo right there.
I think so. I think so, and I also
Or
want to
if
see him in
it's
there with Bud.
I prefer Benavidez than Bud, but
Yeah,
I could dream a little bit, right? I'm
sure.
allowed,
You, of
right?
course, you can.
But I don't
You're
know when the
allowed to
Bud
do
fight's
that.
gonna. I don't know when the Bud fight's gonna happen. Quite frank, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But
I
we'll
don't know. We
see.
don't know if any of these fights are going to happen. We're
W-
not going to know that until the
We
ink
we
dries.
just well, I guess the thing is, the Bud there's one thing Bud has that people underestimate how many options he has. He has options, and
Hmm.
I know of a couple. So like he has options. So it's not like he needs Canelo like that. I think he wants Canelo, obviously,
Yeah,
but that's a big legacy fight for him. But I don't know if we get it this year. But if we do, all the people bitching like they're going to be excited when it's like then they're going to watch. There's no doubt
of course, of
that
course.
that fight does a lot of pay-per-view buys. But here's the thing: the most deserving at 168, right? In my opinion,
Hmm.
is Benavidez. I think that's the guy that's been waiting for a while.
Hmm.
He's worked his way back up after he missed weight, and he's in a good after two big wins last year in the weight class. You got to fight. You got to see him.
I don't use the term deserve very loosely. I think that he's in line, like there are others in line. He has missed weight, yeah. Now he's come back, he's doing well, and now he's in the running. Um, but I think Canelo right now he can name who he wants to. I'm not sure exactly who he's interested in. We haven't really heard much from that. But I wanted to read. Let me see. Al the Palace said Ryder said Mungia hits harder than Canelo. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that from sparring partners that I've known. I've heard that from other people that he's very heavy-handed. And in the beginning, that's why they thought that he was going to do so well because he did hit hard, but his defense was horrible. So that's But now we
Yeah,
get it together.
but let's be honest, Christine. A lot of guys hit harder than Canelo. Like it's not like there's a lot of guys out there. There's guys out there that no one knows of that hit harder than a lot of these guys. But power
Yeah,
isn't your end all be all when it comes to boxing.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. You need all the tools. And I believe that he showed that he did have all the tools and he's only going to get better.
Mm.
I do like to hear about people's power. I've one of my cousin, he said, I won't say who he fought, but he said that his hands were like fucking cement. Even though he
Sure.
had his hands up, it went through, and that he won the fight, even though my cousin was outboxing his ass. But power has a lot to do with it, but it can only take you so far. So
I
if
guess
he's got everything, then he's doing good.
I think there's a bigger separation in skill with Canelo and Mungia than there is with their
Yeah.
power. I think Canelo's
Um.
closer to his power than Mungia's to Canelo's skill.
Oh yeah. I mean, but
And
I see him eventually getting there. Like if he keeps
obviously,
growing, if he keeps growing.
yeah, but Christine, I mean, how long is this guy going to be improving? Like we're going to wait 10 more years for he can catch up to Canelo?
Bro, nobody said 10 years. And in 10 years, Canelo's gonna be,
No, I'm saying at this rate, like at the rate of improvement he's been
you know
showing.
what? How long has he had his new
I
coach?
mean,
Because
I
he's had
mean,
it for how many fights? 3 fights? 4 fights?
I don't know, Christine. I mean, it looks like Mungia's got to speed this up a little
Well,
bit.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
like I said, he just
I mean,
got with him. He's listening to him. He's grown with him, and he's gonna do fine with him.
We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of work. He's almost look. He's 27 years old, so he's young. There's no doubt
Young.
about that.
Mhm.
But he's not 21 either, though. Like he's gonna reach 28 soon. Like, I'm just saying.
At 21, he didn't look like he did now. So yeah, it is a process. He is growing. He
I
is
mean,
learning, and I'm gonna
I'm
give him
saying,
his flowers, bro.
I mean, shit.
Give him his flowers.
Christine, who do you pick if they fight Canelo Mungia?
I mean, when if they fight now, I'm gonna go with Canelo. But like, give me, a little bit later towards the end of the year or something like that, and let's see who he fights in between and how he's
Hmm,
looking. Is he still growing? Is he still improving? We'll talk about it then.
I mean,
I mean, my ass.
I just got to be honest. I'm glad he's shown improvement. He's exciting to watch, and he has gotten better. But I don't see Munguia fucking with Benavides, Canelo. I don't like. I just don't see him at that level. I
There's
don't.
other fights to make before he gets there.
I
I will say
agree,
that.
but like Austria's already trying to push him towards a Canelo fight
Of course
now.
he is. He's his promoter, and he is about money, honey. Come
But the
on, now.
reports, I don't know if it's true or not, Christine, but reports are
Mm-mm.
saying that it'll be Munguia, Canelo in May. Some
Okay,
reports.
well, I guess the reports. We'll see if they're right or not.
Okay, well, we'll see. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I
We'll
think
talk in May.
all that power, but he couldn't knock out Liam Smith. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Oh my
Oh, he
God.
hit so hard, like, but he couldn't knock
Oh
out.
my goodness. Okay.
I'm just putting
What?
it. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he knocked him out, and he did it, and all this. Like, okay,
Uh-huh. Okay.
but look, either way. Well, one more thing. I don't know if you had a chance, Christine, to watch the YouTube videos from Crawford. I'm not Crawford. I'm sorry. From Bradley and Malinaji and talking about Mungia's everything Mexican fans wish Canelo was, and because he's exciting, because he takes three to land one, and because that's what Mexican fight fans want. And I got to tell you this, and I see this
Hmm.
happen a lot. I think a lot of pundits need to stop stereotyping Mexican fight fans and what Mexican fight fans want. Not
Right.
every Mexican fight fan's the same. We all have different opinions. Like
Well,
and
especially none of them being Mexican. I'm just saying, put that out there.
yeah, like they're just throwing this out there, speaking for this fan base, right? And I don't know if they know this, but like Mexican boxers can box. They're not all just come forward brutes and that take four to land one or whatever the hell they're saying. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous to me. But
Historically, they're known, to impose their will and to take some shots, to give some shots. The machismo, the my balls are bigger than yours. The go forward. But but I mean, the Mexican boxers today, they can box. They're smart. Yeah, they
yeah,
still have that machismo, but they're gonna
well,
box.
but here's the thing, though. I get what you're saying, but there's been plenty of Mexican fighters in the past that had tremendous jabs or great counter
Bro, did I
punchers.
just say that they can box,
Good,
bro?
good,
We're
good,
not
good.
disagreeing, bro.
No, I'm not saying we're disagreeing, but you did say that today they could box. I'm like, well, I don't know about today. Like they've always been able to box. But here's the thing. From Saldivar to Marquez to Salvador Sanchez to Kerasteca to Finito Lopez. These guys
Finito.
they were technicians and they had defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if these guys know this, but like these guys didn't take 3 or 4 punches to land one.
No,
Not even
especially
Chavez did that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is ridiculous. And
yeah.
if
It's a
Mexican fight
stereotype
fans,
that has been passed on. There's so many stereotypes that have been passed on. And we hold on to them whether they're true or not. It's just that's just how
yeah,
we are.
like
How people are.
but I guess the one part that stood out to me is when they're saying, "Oh, he's everything Canelo fans wish Canelo was," and it's
Yeah, I don't
like,
know where they got that from.
but like if Canelo fans didn't like Canelo for what he was, they wouldn't go to his fights. They wouldn't buy his fights. They wouldn't buy his merch and be fans of his. Like,
Well, he is to this day still the face of boxing,
I,
regardless.
I,
He
I
is the king.
I guess I just don't understand where they're getting this from.
I don't either. We'd have to ask him. I
And
have no
someone needs to
idea.
tell him, look, can you imagine if you and I were here right now? We're like, yeah, Russians like the way Beterbiev fight. They don't like the way Bivol fights. Like who
Hmm.
the fuck are we to speak for Russians? Like, you know what I
You're
mean?
right.
Like, what are we doing? Or we started speaking for African American fighters, and well,
Hmm.
African
Hmm.
American fight fans don't like the way
Right.
this guy fights. Like that's irresponsible. That's stupid, and that's not the way you talk,
Well,
right?
I think too, I think to go even further, when we start putting everybody in categories, it's like, you know what? Canelo is Canelo. He is a boxer. He's done great things. This is who he is. We don't have to always revert back to the nationality or what. Like, I mean, he's just he's the king right now. We want to see him against Benavides. You know, possibly against Mungia one day. You know, Morrell, Crawford, who, you know, whatever. But you know, even when we start putting it in categories like that, it's just kind of annoying. Like, aren't we like bigger and better than that now? Haven't we matured some?
And here's another thing. I'm gonna tell you a secret, Christine, but you gotta promise you're gonna tell anybody.
I promise, bro.
Like, hey, Chad, this is amongst us. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Don't tell nobody.
I don't know if you know this, but we're actually allowed to be fans of both. Like we could be a fan of Mungia and Canelo. I don't know if you knew this, by the way.
Oh,
It's just a
really?
secret. Let's keep it amongst ourselves. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah. So we can have more than one hero. Mm,
We could like
okay.
multiple fighters.
Wow.
You know, and then
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, Christina. You could be a Mexican, right? Or
Uh-huh.
Mexican American, and you could
Right.
actually like I don't know if you. It's a secret. You could
Mm-hmm.
actually like fighters that aren't Mexican too. Like you
Mm,
could like other fighters too.
interesting.
Like yeah, you could like American fighters, Japanese fighters. You could like Russian
So we can
fighters.
actually root for the one we think is going to win, not just the one who has the
You
same
you,
color
you could
skin
you
or from
could.
where we're from.
I'll tell you another secret. You could root for the one you think's gonna win. You could root for the one you want to see win. You could root for the one
Okay.
whose trunks you like. You could root for the one like if you like their entrance better. You could actually root for whoever you want. Like I'm just saying. I don't know if Bradley, these guys are aware of this, but Mexican fight fans actually
You
are
know,
are different. And
I'm kind of, you know, getting tired of Bradley. I am like he's starting to really rub me the wrong way and some of the things that he says. Really. But that's a whole different story.
yeah, and one more thing about Bradley. He gets on fighters when he's not impressed with their defense or whatever. Like Michaela Mayer,
Hmm.
he just shreds her. Like, oh, she's gonna hit too much. Like, you know what I mean? But then, like, he's over here telling Mexicans that no, like you want the guy that takes three to land one. Like, I'm just like, it's I
Hmm.
don't know. Like, what? So Mexicans got to fight that way? Just get hit three times to land one? Who the hell does that?
Yeah.
By the way, have you ever heard of that, Christine? In all your years of coaching?
Mm,
Does
no,
anyone
not
train to
that.
take three to land one style? Does that exist?
Absolutely not. And if they did, they don't belong in the sport.
So here's what are you gonna do?
That's ridiculous. I've never heard anybody tell anybody that. Take three to land one.
What
What?
you're gonna do is you're gonna let him hit you
What?
three times, and then you're gonna hit him with one, and just do that the whole fight. Yeah, recipe for success. Get him okay.
Absolutely. Well, we sure know who not to hire in our corner if we're Mexican and its name starts with a T.
Mike Ramirez wants Andre Ward back. All right.
As far as commentating,
Commentating. Yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
we'll see. But they didn't renew his contract. I don't know why, but it is
That's what
what
I'm
it
saying. I
is.
wonder what happened. There's a reason. And I'm very, you know,
I don't know
interested
if it
and
was
curious.
mutual. I don't know if it was ESPN saying we don't want you no more. I don't know if it was Ward didn't want
Yeah,
to come back. Who
and I
knows?
wonder why. There had to be something,
All right.
you know.
So Mungia, he's in the mix now at 168 pounds.
Hmm.
A lot of fights. I if I had a choice, Christine, I would do Jaime Mungia versus Edgar Berlanga.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mexico versus
I agree
Puerto
with you.
Rico.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Two big punchers, and I think I know who
Hmm.
wins that fight. And I think he wins it in dominating fashion.
Okay.
I think Mungia puts him away.
Yeah, I agree with you on both those points. I really believe that that fight needs to happen. It would be a great fight, Mexico against Puerto Rico, like you said, and I truly believe that Mungia um would hurt Berlanga. I do. We've seen him get hurt by lesser opposition.
And look, that'll be Berlanga's opportunity to step up and show us something we
Hmm.
probably don't expect, right? But hey, I think it's a big fight. I
It
think they
is a
should
big
do it,
fight. I
but
agree with you. When is the Puerto Rican parade? When is that?
is that June?
I think so.
Yes, somebody can
Somebody in
put in
the
the
chat.
chat. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think that would be a great stage, great venue for that fight. I really
100%.
do.
Yeah,
Hmm. We're just putting it out there.
it is June.
Puerto Rican parade.
It's June.
Okay.
So I mean, man, they're not gonna win that one. I'm saying, but it is what it is. But it'll be a great fight while it lasts. I'll say that.
Hmm. Hmm. And the
Um,
buildup would be great.
yeah. So, Christine,
Yes.
let's talk about the undercard fight that happened.
Okay.
Christina Cruz
Hmm.
challenged Gabriela Fondura for the IBF
Hmm.
lightweight title. It's 112 pounds for those wondering.
Yep.
And I have a lot to say. So
Okay.
start us
We'll get it.
off.
Um, I have. I mean, I'm sure that as we go, I'm gonna have more to say, but
Sure.
it was no secret that I was very upset and disappointed with the outcome. With the
Mhm.
ref stopping it in the 10th round, just what was it? Not even a minute before the fight ended. I know that I know that you shouldn't turn it back. I do know that. But I also know that it is up to the referee to decide whether or not he wants to say, don't turn, keep your head up, but to just stop it right then and there. When in my opinion, and maybe I'm emotional, maybe I'm being biased, she did not look hurt. She said she got something in her eye, she covered her. She covered herself, she protected herself whenever Fondora was coming around the side and everything. And I just it was heartbreaking to me. It really was because I believe that Christina was winning the fight. I mean, 6 clear rounds,
Mm.
clear, absolutely, no question. Um, and then we could discuss the other ones where maybe okay, maybe not. But
So
it was heart wrenching.
yeah, the stoppage are stupid, and I'm getting like one thing I hate about this current culture today.
Hmm.
People that even in light of evidence just want to double down because they want to be right and they say
Yeah,
stupid things. Okay,
sure, of course.
see, like here's the thing. Okay, let me start off with the first five. That's not what a lot of y'all expected, and it wasn't. Like
No,
you were
absolutely
not
not.
expecting that. Okay,
Mm-mm.
you just weren't. I don't give a like 16-1 favorite in my fucking ass cheeks. Okay,
Right, right,
they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I'm not saying Fedor should have been the favorite, like
right.
3-1, 4-1 favorite, but
Yeah,
16-1 for a decision win for Cruz. Are you stupid? Like
yeah.
I'm saying, okay, fine. And by the way, I have nothing but respect for Gabriela Fondura. She's a great fighter. That has nothing to do with her. She's just a fighter in the ring.
Right.
Okay.
And you know what? If they're gonna raise your hand at the end of the bout, you're gonna take it. Absolutely.
So there was a judge that gave 0 rounds to Christina Cruz. That is fucking criminal, bro.
That is criminal. Yeah, I just saw
Even the
Mike.
dudes, even the dude that's that on Twitter saying, "Oh, she had no shot to win," even they gave her 3 rounds. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? I go to Box Rec. Okay, you could see the average fan scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
The fans gave her 4 of the first 5, right, and the
Mm-hmm.
fifth was very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had professional judges, not the ones from the fight, that scored it as well, and they give Cruz rounds 1, rounds 2, rounds 4 and 5. Okay, and round 3 was very, very close. Fair enough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any beef if you could make an argument for some of those other rounds, but the majority of them were won by
Yeah,
Cruz. Okay. Um,
absolutely.
I thought she was ahead for sure
Mm-hmm.
after 5.
Yeah,
4-1-5-0, in my opinion.
yeah.
One of the official judges gave her round 6, but didn't give her
Mm-hmm.
rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Makes no
Didn't
fucking
make
sense to
sense.
me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that didn't make any sense at all.
And then the people watching at home. So what are you watching? Ding ding, the bell rings. And they're talking about, oh yeah, Fondura, she's such an exciting fighter. You're gonna see it. She gets hit with a right hand down the
Mm-hmm.
pipe, clean.
Yeah, right off the bat. Mm-hmm.
They don't call the punch. They just keep
No.
talking as if it didn't just happen, right?
Yeah.
And then halfway, when the round's almost over, they're like, "Oh my, hey, it looks like Cruz might have won that round, huh?" Like no shit.
As a matter of fact,
Like, what are we
yeah.
doing here? And then
I know.
by round, it took them like up to like round 4 to be like, yo, I think Cruz is winning this fight, guys. I think she's,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And then like, well, why are you going to? Why are you asking Fondura, the brother, who he thinks is winning? You didn't go to Christina Cruz's corner and ask them who they think's winning.
Right.
Oh yeah, she's up. Like after 5, she wasn't up.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking stupid, bro. Like in what world? I guess. Well, she was up, but the official scorecards. But nobody had her up. Nobody. Okay. And all the dudes that were saying it was going to be an easy fight, you all had your fucking ass cheeks fucking clenched watching that fight, hoping it turned around, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's what was happening in that fight. She's getting outboxed, bro. She was getting outboxed in that fight. It is what it is. And now credit Fondura is where I'm going to give her credit. She showed poise. I thought she was going to start reaching too much or try to.
Yeah, she was very
controlled. Every time she got hit, I thought she was going to immediately want to hit Cruz back, but she stayed more patient. And I think she showed great poise, right? And she started landing to the body, and I think she turned it around round 6, right? And I think the second half of the fight was definitely a Fondura round, okay? For Nando, who we are going to give her credit, Nando, okay? Like, what do you mean, okay? But we're gonna get to the stoppage. Here's why it was a stupid stoppage. Not only do I think it's great. Like, look, here's the thing. If you look at it, okay, first she tripped. She tripped on the foot of Fondura, and she caught herself.
Yeah, and that happens. Southpaw Orthodox happens very often.
She caught herself. And then got hit in the back of the neck. So she crouched down when she got hit in the back of the neck. 9 out of 10 times, a ref stops it right there. He stops the action. Period. Yeah. And then Fondura hits her to the body, so she crouches more. But she's facing away from her.
Yeah.
So she starts moving towards the ropes, and then the ref stops it. And so here's what I have a problem with, Christine. I have a problem with the narrative. If somebody wants to say, I think in the heat of the moment that the ref he's got to make a snap decision, didn't see that she tripped. Okay, fine, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, with video evidence in front of you, we have respected journalists like Dan Raphael saying, "Oh, she was hurt and she turned around because she was hurt." No, she wasn't. You're making that up.
Yeah.
You're making it up because you want to win an argument.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's she wasn't hurt. Are you kidding me?
She was hurt after she got hit in the back of the neck and probably at the body, and she probably got a lot hurt.
I mean, like, you should stop it hurt, by the way, before somebody's like, "Well, when you get punched, it hurts."
Yeah, right.
I think it was a stupid stoppage. So I started pulling out receipts because people are saying because they want to win an argument so bad. No, when you turn around, that's it. It's over. Are you sure about that? Yeah, it's over. You turn around and it's over. Like Dan Raphael's telling me this while he's eating a bagel and shit. It's over. We've
seen it happen before, and it wasn't stopped.
So Floyd Mayweather, by the way, he didn't trip, by the way. He just spontaneously turned his back on Ricky Hatton and went towards the ropes. And when Hatton kept punching, Cortez not only broke it up, he walked Ricky Hatton to the center of the ring and took a point from him. Okay? No, come on, that was Ricky Hatton. Okay. And by the way, that was after Floyd got punched in the face, and he did that, by the way. Here's the other thing. He did this against a novice, an 0-0 boxer, Conor McGregor. About a couple of times, give McGregor his back.
Yeah.
And he did it so the ref could break it up. That's why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And what did the ref do? He would break it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's this one instant he goes towards the
Don't hit
ropes.
behind the head. Yeah.
He goes towards the, he's like this, and he goes towards the ropes. The ref yells, "Stop! Stop!" Floyd turns around and punches McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, "Oh, Floyd was punching back."
Mm-hmm.
After the ref was running after them, stopping the action. Yes. Floyd may, if that was a good stoppage, and you need to say McGregor Floyd should have been stopped in that same instant. Then
You're right.
so Dan Ralston tells me, no, well, that's different because Floyd wasn't hurt.
Oh, so you actually did bring it to his attention.
Yeah,
he said it was different.
He said it was different because, and this is why it's a stupid argument. No, but Christina Cruz was hurt. She wasn't, by the way, but she was hurt, and Mayweather wasn't. So that the ref make the judgment call to just break up the other one.
Mm.
So what are you telling me, Dan? Is that it's okay to turn your back as long as you're not hurt? Is that what you're telling me? You could use it as a tactic so they could break the action?
Okay. All right.
Is that what you're telling me, Dan?
And I thought I knew what I was doing when I was training these guys and girls.
And then I'm hearing, oh, well, it's different. Floyd wasn't getting grinded down but like for a few rounds. And no, you know what he was doing? He wasn't fighting world champion. He was fighting an 0-0 novice is what he was doing. And he gave his back to him. And people were getting triggered and shit. Well, what do you look, for the record? I don't think they should have stopped the fight when Mayweather turned his back. But that's my point.
Right.
You don't stop. You don't. And credit to Mora, he called it right away. He even said
he did. So that
if for whatever reason they're behind you, hit you, that you cover up. That's what you're trained to do, right? Like, what was she supposed to do? Like, not cover herself up?
I don't know. Maybe take a knee. I mean, of course, afterwards, I'm thinking about it. Okay, maybe if she would have taken a knee, she should have taken a knee. But it just seems like the writing was already on the wall. They were already, and I get it. Look, this is business. Okay, Christina's 41 years old. You know, Fondura is what, 20, whatever. They are going to elevate her, and they want to move her. Obviously, I get it. But I think that it didn't really matter what she did. That she was not going to get the decision.
She was not going to get a decision. One of the judges gave her no rounds. One of the judges didn't give her the first 3. Are you fucking shitting me, bro?
I'm like, what do they do? I mean, does anyone talk to these guys, or they just slap them on the hand? I would be like, you're fucking suspended. Like, what are you doing?
Cruz is lighting her up with right hands, right? Now, granted, it's no secret that Christina doesn't have monster punching power, right?
Right.
So when people are saying, yeah, but her punches weren't hurting Gabriella. Gabriella's punches were hurting her.
Yeah.
No, like Christina Cruz was hitting her back. And she was landing a lot more in those early rounds. I don't care what the punch that say. A lot of the punches Gabriella were not landing. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the hook of Christina was landing. The right hand was on point. I thought there was blood trickling from the nose of Gabriella by round 4. Like, obviously there was some damage being done. Social Scientific believes that Fondura didn't really make an adjustment. Cruz just slowed down, and Fondura was lucky for it.
Towards the end, she did start slowing down. She did, but I still thought she had enough, rounds in the bank to take it home. And then
she had. Like, I'll say this: going into the 10th, if somebody had it 5-4 Fondura. I'm okay with that.
Right.
If you had it 5-4 Cruz, I'm okay with that too.
Right.
But if you had it no rounds for Cruz because you don't like how she fights or because she can't, like, what does that even mean? Oh, her punches didn't hurt Fondura. What does that mean? So in every fight, if a guy can't hurt the other guy, then it's impossible for them to win rounds then?
Right.
I mean, it's a stupid argument.
We've seen in the comments, and we hear it all the time, that she has an amateur style or so-and-so has an amateur style. A lot of these guys and girls, they do have more of an amateur style because they've grown up and most of their life has been in the amateurs. And they get to the pros, they do adjust how they can. But that's just how some of these guys and girls box.
She's an outboxer.
Yeah, and I don't see anything wrong with it. At all.
Not all amateurs box like that.
Right.
They're just
Right.
saying that because she was moving. 'Cause look, what she
But
was
not
doing was what she was doing. Mora pointed this out. She wasn't letting Fondura set her feet.
right.
That's how you're supposed to fight a fighter like Fondura. What do you guys want to do? Stand there and trade with Fondura?
No,
Like,
she's
I just don't
long and
understand what you wanted
she's
her to
got some
do.
power. Yeah, everybody's a critic. Um, and that's what makes the sport amazing because we can agree to disagree or we can agree. Um, but I just think the despicable part was that it was stopped when it was. And that the one judge gave her absolutely no rounds. Like that's ludicrous. You'd have to
Now,
literally
I-
be blind.
I'm gonna put this name out there. Yesterday I made the statement. I don't think anybody at 112 could beat Fondura. Um, and I don't think they're gonna do the rematch at Cruz. They're gonna move on, in my opinion. That's just the truth. But a name, I did think of a name, and she's a little like
There's
she
a
hasn't been that
few.
active.
I
The
know
one
you're gonna
diff
say.
the one difference is this: the power. Jenny Fuge could box, and she could do a lot of the same things. She won't let her set her feet. But you
I
know what?
got that written
And you know
down right
this,
here.
and
Right here.
and I don't even
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, Christine.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Mm-hmm.
strong
Hell yeah, she's
and
strong.
she could punch.
For sure.
I could see a very similar Mendoza Fondura situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying she'll knock her out, but I could see a lot of those big punches land, and she's gonna have to respect that power of Fuchsia a lot more. I just think Fuchsia needs more like
She does. Well,
she needs more rounds. She needs more 8 rounders, 10 rounders before fighting
and she's
Fondura.
called out some of these girls. I mean, I think she definitely wanted to fight Marlene. She's called her out, Marlene and Fondora. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
that. Sanisa,
Now you know I'm a fan of
Um,
Marlene.
I know you are.
Marlene's not gonna be Fondura.
No,
Not
no,
gonna. Sorry.
no. But
I don't think Marlene should fight Fondura. She's the A side. She has bigger fights. She should have had like what has Fondura done to deserve a
well,
fight with
I,
Marlene?
I I think if Fedora keeps collecting this jewelry, eventually in the near future.
I think Marlene should move on to bigger, better fights.
Hmm
You know what I mean? I'm not protecting her or anything. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
you might
Um,
be just a little bit,
like
you know.
Fondura, like I think has other
Wait,
things she could do.
if Fedora, gets some of those belts that Marlene wants, or whatever,
No,
then
but I'm gonna keep her real. Like Marlene gasses and fights, and she usually has to get her second win, and you don't got time to wait on a second win against Fondura. Like you just don't.
yeah,
So
I'm not gonna comment too much on her, in her past fights or anything because she's actually here in camp with us, and she's a
eh,
champ,
I
and,
mean,
and
look, I
she
mean,
she's
she's
gonna
still
do.
long, Christine. She's still got those W's. Yeah, I'm just
No,
saying.
she does. No,
You know,
that's what I'm saying. I give her all the credit. Sinisa is a kryptonite, and you know, I think that I think
you know.
the way they would let Jenny fight Fondora, she definitely has to have a couple more fights. I think she's only had 2 fights. You know,
3, yeah,
um, has it been 3? Are you sure?
positive.
You positive?
Her debut and then her
Fact
second
check.
fight was her
Fact check.
second. It's 3. Like,
Okay, if you say so,
I'm
I'm gonna believe you.
I'm telling you which ones they are, Christine. Hear me out for a second. Her pro
Okay.
debut, which was in the U.S., and then she fought in the
hmm
U.K. undercard of Mayer versus Bumgarner. Mayer got
Yeah,
on the
that was a
card,
top rank.
and
Yeah.
then Progress got on the undercard of his card, and she hasn't fought since. 3 fights.
Yeah, so that's 2, right?
No, pro debut, the second in the UK, and then New
Okay.
Orleans.
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
Christine. She's bullying me, people. Like, this is she's
Oh,
bullying me right
hey,
now.
I'm just testing you, bro. I want to make sure
She's
you
over
know
here.
what you're
Like,
talking about.
I feel bullied right now. But I'm just joking, by the
Don't turn
way.
your back. Don't turn your back. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
So,
why does Ryan get to do that like 20 times in a fight? No warning, nothing. Like
oh my
his
God.
opponent got warned. His opponent got warned.
Don't jump on his back.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what's good? Like, and then Ryan like turned his back and bent down and gave him his
I
ass and
know.
everything. I mean, what's going on? He gets to do that multiple times.
hmm hmm
Duarte gets warned for hitting him while he turns around.
I know.
I'm
I
trying to
know.
understand why Christina does it one time and everyone just jumps on her. Oh, that's what you got. Stop it, Josh.
I
You
know.
should have done that. How
I
dare you
know.
turn your back? If you do
I
that,
know.
it's over. Like what?
Right. Yeah, yeah. It double standards.
Oh,
It's
but you know what, Christine?
what?
But you could do, according to Rafa, as long as you're not hurt, you could keep turning your back all you want.
Oh, so that's what it was. Ryan wasn't hurt, so that's why he could
He
do it.
wasn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So
Every
there's a
I haven't seen that many pro boxers say it was a good stoppage. That tells you a lot too.
yeah, and when someone's hurt, I mean, their body's gonna fold. They're gonna bend their knees. They're gonna touch the canvas with their gloves. Something.
Like if the most I've heard is like I don't like that she turned around, but I don't think they should have stopped it. That's the most I've heard. Right. By
Yeah.
the way, 80,000 views on my post with McGregor standing behind Mayweather going like this.
Damn.
And some people like it, some don't. But I just want to make this clear. I'm not saying, like, I'm being sarcastic. I don't think that would have been stupid to stop that fight because Mayweather gave his back. What I'm saying is, we almost never, like, when they say, oh, yeah, that's people just don't know boxing. That's what happens when you turn your back. No, it's not. Like, what are you talking about? Give me the examples of when that's happened.
Yeah.
It's like, don't just say it and not give me receipts. That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
Now, I will repeat, Christine, in fairness.
Okay.
In the heat of the moment,
Mm-hmm.
the referee doesn't see the trip. He doesn't. Okay, fine. I could see the ref saying, oh, he stops it, right? I get it.
Right.
But with hindsight, people need to, like, stop trying to double down, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and honestly, that's
or
why,
I'm going to say Christina bully y'all. All right?
I'm so sweet. I would never bully anybody. Yeah, it's funny. That's why it's just like there's no use because people, like you said, people don't like to admit when they're wrong. And they don't want to be wrong. They want to put out this persona that they are the expert on all things boxing, and none of us are. None of us are. I'll admit I get emotional sometimes, and I'll jump to whatever, but there's no need to like fucking argue on social media, on Twitter X, because the thing is, she didn't get her hand raised. I think it's fucked up that she didn't get any rounds from the one judge.
This was
I think
not
it's fucked up. They stopped it. But
this was not Lewis McCall. Okay, McCall was crying, bro. He was sobbing and turning around and walking away like for no reason.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Nando? Like, come on, Nando. Like, what's going on right now? What?
No, are you hating a little bit?
And
are you hating just a little? It's okay.
Now I will say this. Another thing, it just stood out to me. It's just like I think they need to stop asking corners who do you think's winning. We know what the corner's going to say.
They're always going to say whoever they're cornering.
My sister's ahead. My sister's winning every round right now. Yeah, like okay, well, of course, it's your sister, bro.
I mean, what's he going to say? No, I think Christina's whooping that ass.
I'm not even mad at him. He's going to back his sister. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at the dude. But you know what he's going to say? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Yeah, I have her up. Yeah. Like, of course.
Not just say, quit being a fool.
Okay, fair enough. Shout out to MEW, Women's Boxing Channel, Social Scientific. Oh, what am I missing? Am I missing people? Crystal,
Women's Boxing Channel, Crystal. Women's Boxing Channel. Every time I get on, I think about you and my ring light and my glasses and stuff. I'm always like, oh.
Man. So, I did have a little chat with Christina Cruz earlier.
Okay.
She acknowledges that the truth is, no matter what to happen, like if the ref let it go on, it wasn't going to matter. But I think, look, the experience should be very valuable. This was her first 10-rounder, so people talking about her slowing down. I think she needs more 8-rounders, more 10-rounders, and get used to the pace. And how to manage the pace, because look, she had a lot of amateur fights, but amateur fights were what, 3-4 rounds?
Three minutes.
Three, right? The Olympic style 3 rounds. So like, she's got to get used to that. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And maybe she just didn't quite pace herself properly. That's possible. But I'm not going to take away from Fondura. Fondura did a good job landing those
Oh
body
yeah.
shots in the mid rounds.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
body work was really
she's
good.
gonna go well. She's gonna do well in the future. She is. She's still young. She's growing. She's gonna learn. She's gonna go back
She's
and
growing
watch.
still.
They can
God
grow.
damn. Well, she's gonna be like 6 feet tall next year.
But I will say she was not as tall as I thought she was going to be against Christina. I thought she was going to really tower her. She was taller, but it wasn't like crazy.
Well, Christina's 5'5.5", in fairness.
Well, so am I, you
No,
know.
I
But I'm
mean, I
just
guess you're a
saying.
tall girl. Like, you know what I mean?
I
But,
mean,
but what I'm
okay,
saying is, like, 5'9", 5'5". Of course, she's taller, but we're used to seeing her with 5'1" women.
that's my point. I thought she was like 6'3".
How tall is
You know,
Jenny?
Jenny's probably, gosh, maybe 5'3", 5'4", maybe. She's not, you know,
5'3", 5'4". Isn't that
mm-mm,
bad for a 112-pounder? I
it's
mean,
not.
like, I'm just saying. Now, granted, Jenny needs rounds. She needs 8
She
rounders.
does.
Like,
She does.
and
She
I
does.
think, is it fair to say, like, because I honestly believe that if Christina Cruz had more experience in 10-round fights, like if she fought for some of those, like, like the silver belts
Sure.
and did 8 and 10 rounders, like she would have been able to kind of control her pace a little better, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean, we've talked about this before. You know, Christina in the past, she never was going to go pro. She always wanted to, you know, her dream was to go to the Olympics. And as she started to age out from the amateur program, I think that's when she decided to go pro. So she's a little behind some of these women that have fought those 8 to 10 rounders sooner, in my opinion. But she looked good. There's no reason for her to stop. I think she can still do some fabulous things, you know, in women's boxing, for women's boxing. Did she happen to mention that to you at all whenever you talked to her? Or is it just too soon to really talk about?
A little too soon to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too soon. I know, and this isn't secret, that she's put it out there, like in the tweets and stuff, like she wants a rematch, but I don't think they
Yeah.
want to. They don't have a reason to revisit that.
No, yeah, there's no reason. I mean, if she had something they wanted,
And I think
she was
there's
too
better
tough.
fights for both girls right now. I do.
Sure,
I
sure.
think Christina Cruz is the problem for a lot of those 5'1" girls, because she'll be able to use her jab more against those girls than she was able against a longer Fondura. So that's the one thing, Christine, that Christina couldn't quite do in this fight, was use her jab as effectively as she's used to,
Yeah, yeah,
because of that long reach of Fondura.
yeah.
So that's not the case with a lot of these girls that have T-Rex arms. I'm just putting it
Mm-hmm,
out there.
mm-hmm.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you're right. You're right.
Um,
I
so
agree.
hopefully, like, I think, look, there's only so much in the talent pool, and Christina's up there.
Mm-hmm,
I think once
mm-hmm.
people see Fondura like fuck up some chicks, excuse my language, and mess up some girls and knock them out mid round, and I think people are going to appreciate Christina Cruz's performance a lot more.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
yeah, and I try not to be emotional and biased, and obviously I know her, and I have, you know, I care about her, and I think she's very talented. I've seen everything she's done, so I really try to, like, the next day or a day later, I'll sit back and try to rewatch the fight and definitely turn the volume off and just try to see, you know, with my boxing brain and not my emotion.
Yeah, for sure. Women's Box
Mm-hmm.
Channel's bringing up this news. I actually don't know about it. It's the first time I've
Yeah,
heard about it.
I don't know either.
Yeah, well, we welcome the decision by the court arbitration to the
Arbitration.
sport to uphold our appeal and impose a 4-year period of ineligibility on the Russian Olympic Committee figure skater Kamila Vaelvia, as well as disqualify her results from 25th of December 2021.
Mm.
Well, there you go.
Similar to the Baumgartner case.
I know there was another point, but I lost it for some reason. Oh, here it is. Now, it's very similar to the Baumgartner case. So me and Lou DeBella been on them to asking if
Today
they're
asking.
considering appealing against the Baumgartner finding by the
Mm.
WBC. Here's the thing about
Mm.
the WBC's stupid finding. I'm sorry, it is stupid. Oh, she took it. We just determined it wasn't on purpose.
Right. It was an accident. She slipped and fell, and it fell in her mouth or in
How
her veins or however it goes.
that's funny that's what my mom told me one time when I slept with a girl when I was like 16. Like oh, it was an
Uh,
accident, mom.
wait. Oh, you told your mom that. I was like, I thought you said your mom told you that. Oh, you okay?
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no.
just
I
you
said it was
fell.
I said it was an accident. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay. Oh, you
Oh,
slipped
you
and you
slipped it.
fell, and her
Uh
pants came
huh.
down, and you slipped."
Right.
Like
Yeah,
it
that's a very mom
funny.
thing to
It was the
say.
funniest thing ever. But it's a long story. Um,
I bet it wasn't long. I bet it was a short story.
but here's the thing. There's something else I got to tie behind the scenes that happened in that sequence. I don't know if I'm. I think it's okay to say, but I need to confirm with Christina. But it's something
Yeah,
else I'll tell
yeah.
you.
No, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
There's something else that happened, but it happened in the early rounds and later on. But just something not a lot of people noticed, but I noticed. So I asked her a question. But what I will say is that for anyone wondering, like, was she thumbed in the eye, or like she was not thumbed in the eye. So Fondura didn't thumb her or nothing, but she was like pawing at her eye. There's a reason for that, but I'll tell you behind the scenes. I don't know if you noticed in round 3, she was pawing her eye, and she did it again
Mhm. Mhm.
towards the end there.
Mhm.
But with that said, Christine, this has
Mhm.
been a phenomenal show.
Phenomenal. Thanks to
Okay.
you in the chat.
Um,
Marvelous, darling.
yeah, like Daniel agrees with us. There was some adjustments made by Fondura, and I think
Mhm.
it was a tale of two fights: the first half and the second half. And there was
Mhm.
1 minute left, and although it looked like Fondura was going to win round 10, you just never know what happens in the last minute. You just don't, right?
Yeah,
What
that's
if
true.
Christina started landing some big right hands and then you score the round for her? You just don't know,
Yeah,
right?
let it play out.
And with her knowing, like, okay, I could let loose here because I don't got to worry about saving energy anymore in the last. So you never
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
But with that said, we'll see where it goes. Christine, any
Absolutely.
final words?
No, I appreciate everybody in the chat. I appreciate you. Check the ladies and I out on Wednesday for Women Are Crushing It Wednesdays. I won't be due freaking Friday because I'm gonna fly home Thursday and be home until Sunday morning. So I need like 3 days to like whoo because this is a very intense camp. And then you will know by the 31st or the first who our new team is and who will be going to the trials in Italy. So stay tuned.
All right. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Make sure you tune in. First of all, I'll be on tomorrow with Calix on my channel, T-Style Boxing, for HCP. Make sure you check that out. If you haven't already, check out my interview with Glenn Jennings. Also, Social Scientific, thank you for the support.
Thank you.
Says, okay, wow, somebody has to donate today. Well, nobody
Thank you.
has to donate, but we definitely appreciate your support, Social Scientific, for sure, as always. And make sure, of course, tune in Wednesday for Women's Crushing. And Wednesday with Nika, Crystal, and Christine. Okay, and Friday. All right, friggin' Friday. There
Friggin'
you go.
friggin'
So,
Friday.
so there you go. This is D Style Boxing. And for Christine, we're out. Peace.
Thanks.